intensive work by Research Institute and Designing Bureau, the first artificial Earth satellite in the world has now been created.
Roger, 0G, and I feel fine. Capsule is turning around. Oh, that view is tremendous. One small step for man, one giant leap for man.
I ask every citizen to reject the
Saigon came under attack about a half an hour
celebrating
after
the opening of the most vivid symbol of the Iron Curtain.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I have
never told anybody to.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Alt News 2646. I'm Jenna Morton.
And I'm Garrett Callender. This season on Alt News, we traveled across the country to capture some of the most interesting stories that you won't see on your 5 o'clock news.
On tonight's episode, we'll visit St. Louis to take a barefoot walk down memory lane with Hanson to help with her fight against global poverty.
Then get your permission slip and $3 ready because we're taking you on a field trip to Colorado where you'll get a lesson on alternative learning from Watershed School.
Finally, we'll take a study break to hang out with some friends from Madison, Wisconsin who take piercing to new heights.
But first, we're going to take a hike up the mountains of Colorado to Bishop Castle where a man is building his dream one stone at a time. This is Alt News, and it starts now.
Everybody in our valleys watched this.
We've known about it our whole lives. We used to come up here as kids.
The world traveling public coming to hear and be entertained by the ranting, raving, maniacal, lunatic castle builder. My name is Jim Bishop, the castle builder. This year is the 41st year. I bought the land in 1959 when I was 15 years old. I made the down payment at $450, and the next 16 months it was paid for. My dad was satisfied to have barbecues with his friends and drink beer and stuff in the backyard. And I never got up in the mountains. I started right over there on the other end of this rock work. The idea came from the local public. As I said, it looked like a castle. All I wanted to do is have a place where I could hunt, fish, climb hills, explore, and be in the mountains away from Pueblo. Be free.
I like the dragon. I'm waiting for him to breathe flames.
I don't want to charge people to see it because at one point when I was a kid, we went up to Colorado Springs, which is a major tourist area, and we're real poor. And a lot of these places, we didn't have the money to go in there. They don't care about the people. Nobody talks with you. I rant and rave and people get upset with me, but at least I acknowledge them. Nobody intimidates me. I'm the castle builder. How's that for a rant and rave? I'm one-on-one with the people. And if people don't like what I gotta say, it don't cost nothing to come in here and it don't cost nothing to leave. It's an art form. It ain't flat, square, plumb, level, it's crooked, but it's balanced. I don't follow no blueprints. That way, if I make a mistake, I call it art. No mistakes. I got so many ideas, I'd have to live 300 years to do them all.
Every time you come here is something different.
Like a roller coaster on the top of the wall, dig all this dirt out and put big containment pits, and then make a thing with a lightning rod that went into a pool of water. The lightning hits it, turns it into superheated steam, and you have geysers coming out. Oh, I'm thinking about making a suicide tower where people could come up in the economic crisis and a place to commit suicide. Free.
In the last 10 years since the first time we came to the castle, it's doubled in size.
It's getting better all the time.
People say, well, how can we help? Take you. Here we go. I can't help it. If you got one of their paper dollars in your pocket, you're in debt. They're called bills. Like a gas bill, $5 bill, $10 bill, utility bill. Take your money out of your wallet, get out of debt, put it in my donation box, transfer your debt onto me, and bail my ass out. Make no mistake about it. My family loves this place, but they don't want to be around me. And I don't blame them. In the early years, it was great. We had a place of our own. And then with me being an egotist like I am and wanting the publicity and needing the publicity for the donation box, we lost a lot of privacy around here. And then with me starting to rant and rave about the government when they tried to put me in jail for 37 years for false charges, and all the government can kiss, no they can't. They're, let's say, clean enough to kiss me the whole like crap out of. I'm hard to be around. I'm getting sick of myself. I can't help it. I'd rather be nutty than normal. Ain't no fun being normal. But everything you see from here, just these two hands. I don't want no help, I want the credit. When I'm gone or done, then anybody can work on it. My kids, my grandkids, you, them, anybody.
To know that he has done the majority of this work, it's mind-boggling.
This is an unequivocal event. That's an Olympic gold medal with no East European or Cuban judges. That's the world's biggest weightlifting trophy with no anabolic steroids. I'm on a drug the legal criminals can't control. It's called adrenaline. I want to see how much I can build, how long I can live doing it, and what I can accomplish in the course of my lifetime.
All the work you think one person gone into making this whole big thing, that's a lot of dedication.
Nobody's ever done that. Nobody took their hands without money and ever done anything like that.
Jim, long after he's gone, this will be here. He has left his mark on this earth.
This is my means to freedom.
From the creators of Alt News comes Stash. Stash is his name, and Stash is his game.
Ah! How will I know if this is milk or not?
Simmer down, honey child.
Hold on to your handlebars, because this summer, your go-to isn't your goatee, it's Stash.
It's 100%, 2%.
Oh, Stash? You have such a big stash.
Damn right.
He's no Fu Manchu, but he's for show the man for you.
Ah! How will I tell if these cookies exist? Stash!
Simmer down, sweet thing.
He's as untamed as his stash is untrimmed.
That's 100% real.
Oh, Stash, your mustache is so wide.
Damn right.
Coming to theaters this summer, Stash.
For the past 2 years, the Hanson brothers have been working to raise awareness of global poverty by organizing 1-mile barefoot walks to raise funds. They are currently several thousand miles into their second lap around the globe.
So kick off your shoes and follow us to St. Louis as they add 1 more mile to their trip.
So today, we're doing something that is in contrast to the rest of our life, which is extremely not that organic. We're doing something that's really literal. I'm really connecting with the idea that there are simple things, like a pair of shoes, that really can change somebody's life.
What we're doing here in St. Louis is continuing what we've been doing for over 2 years, which is the Take the Walk campaign. We started doing these 1-mile barefoot walks with the idea being that we wanted to connect with simple needs and simple actions that you can take to make a difference.
Because of the walks that we've done as well as the walks that others have done, we recently completed our first lap around the world and we're beginning our second.
We heard about Tom's shoes early on in 2006. Right when we began the concept of doing barefoot mile walks, Tom's was, right at the nexus of that idea.
We had a personal experience spending time in Africa a few years ago. What we saw was a massive issue with extreme poverty and HIV/AIDS, but what we really were blown away by was how many of the solutions come down to a decision to give a pair of shoes or medicine that costs less than 50 cents or the ability to get educated so that you can stop the cycle of extreme poverty.
There's actually 5 causes, Tom's being one of them. There's also a great group that's drilling clean water wells, a group that is helping build schools, a group that is providing HIV meds for pregnant mothers, and then a technology company basically helps people struggling with HIV and AIDS in Africa get in touch with their doctor using a phone. Basically the way these walks work is we're giving $1 on your behalf. for the first walk, sort of to thank you for doing something. And so we want you to pick which of those 5 causes you want that dollar to go to.
In conjunction with the Tom's Shoe Group. The children who don't have shoes, they have to walk around in nutrient-rich soil with a whole bunch of different elements that cause diseases on their feet. I'm actually going on a Tom's Shoe Drop in a couple weeks, handing out shoes to kids in Africa.
I've actually known about the walk for a couple years. I went on it last year when they came to the pageant. It was really hot last year. It's raining this year, but it's worth it.
I've been supporting Tom's for a while now. I thought the platform that they have of buying shoes and then giving a shoe to an underprivileged child is a wonderful thing. I think this is a great cause to support.
Taking your shoes off and understanding what it's like to not have a pair of shoes is ultimately about people understanding what it's like not to have something, period.
The power really comes when you get people and bodies involved, and so we're passionate about something we think our generation should be invested in, which is the future of Africa and the future of our generation in that continent and poverty around the world. But ultimately, you're impacting your community.
The purpose of this is to say we have the power to do something. We're a generation that can talk to each other. We're a generation that can communicate messages, that we can spread the word about things that need to be done.
You can do a lot more now, like give $5, give $100, give your time, or become the next person to organize an event and ultimately have a ripple effect.
What we're doing is to me the most important thing, which is to actually show up, to do something. This isn't about who's watching us, this is about you guys internalizing the power of your ability to take action.
A walk is just a way to get people together. And so what we've tried to do is set up just a simple enough kind of pathway that says, hey, there's people doing these little events all over the world. Out of that, they have friends and they have friends, and all of a sudden it becomes bigger than anything we have. We can start the ball rolling, and then you take it from there.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey. What is that?
Him? Apparently, this entire apartment complex was built on an old circus performer burial ground. Captain Sparkles was murdered in 1886 and is buried right below where you're standing. We accidentally desecrated his remains while installing the minibar in the basement.
It's looking really nice down there.
Thank you!
You're welcome.
Anyway, now his tormented soul wanders the apartment until his death is